Hello, it's Mike from Vitreus Art. It's about time that we started talking about our Christmas workshops. Yes, it might seem a little bit early, but we've got to talk about them. And in fact, some of our dates have already been booked up because people have been asking us even earlier than last year. So let's have a little look at what's going on. We've got some new workshops this year. We've got some updates to existing favourites. Let's start with the workshops that Jenny's doing. So new for this year, 2026, Jenny is running what we're calling the luxury tea light workshop. There are two versions of this. The fusing version of this, you'll make two tea lights, and these come with these rather cute wooden bases. And this is 15 centimeters high, so that's really quite a nice size, that. And you make two on Jenny's class. That's a half-day class. That's the fused glass luxury tea light class. She will also be running her winter scene S-bend class. We introduced that last year, 2025, and that was so popular we ended up putting loads more dates in. So hopefully this will be really popular again this year. That's a really nice, fun workshop, but also creative. You get the use of all sorts of cut and crushed glass and frit. And we've timed these, so you will definitely get these back home in good time for Christmas. So that's the fused glass winter scene workshop. Jenny runs her regular tea light workshop. You get to make 4 little tea light holders like this. Or also, what else do we do? Oh yes, Jenny's also running her Christmas fused glass decorations class again, always popular, and you get to make 6 to 8 pieces. Actually, I think it's a bit more than that. You'll make some icicles in fused glass. You make some little mini tree hangings for your tree, so it's a tree on a tree. You get a choice of 5 or 6 little Christmas glass blank designs that you decorate. There's a Santa stocking, a Santa head, little stars, all sorts of little things, snowman, snow person, and the icicles as well. I think you also make a couple of tea lights on that class, so you make a whole range of different types of Christmas decorations. That's a half day. We also last year introduced the snowflakes workshop, so you actually get to cut the glass and decorate for that. That's an evening class. That's 3 hours, and you get to make 2 about that size, sort of 11 or 12 centimeters across. Really nice, that. What else do we do? Oh yeah, fused glass wreath. We're going to update the format of this year. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. Quite fancy changing the format, got some nice ideas. You cut all the glass. I show you how to layer it all out so it will fuse together properly. Some people do Christmassy colours, some people do all year round colours, some people just go completely bananas, and any of those is equally welcome. So that's the fused glass wreath. That's a shortish workshop, 3 to 3.5 hours. What else have we got? Oh yeah, okay, so Jenny also runs an excellent one-day workshop, and you make your fused glass lantern. We've got 1 or 2 dates for that this year, for this Christmas, and you can decorate this in any style you like. It could be Christmassy, it could be all year round, it could be 4 seasons, it could be anything you like. Let your creativity get a little bit wild there. Last year we introduced the copper foiling angel workshop. It's kind of like a candle holder really. This is designed to be big enough to put one of these tea lights in here. So this is a nice 3D copper foiled workshop. Even if you've done some copper foiling already, this is a good workshop because you'll learn all about constructing 3D projects. These are really nice. You can also, on that workshop, this is new for 2026, you can make a gnome house or a fairy house. Some people have called this a hobbit house. I've got 2 or 3 different designs, and you do all of that, so you can see how it's constructed, piece of mirror and all joined together. This is copper foiling again. This is another nice 3D copper foiling. Angel or the gnome house or the candle holder, which we've been doing for a few years now, those are all one-day projects. There's quite a bit of work involved. So if you've already done some copper foiling, you'll learn quite a lot of new stuff. If you're a beginner, you can still make something like this in a day, so don't worry. Also, and a little bit shorter this workshop, this is a half day. I'm doing a version of a copper foil tea light using the same wooden bases that Jenny's using for her luxury tea light holder. This is 10 centimeters across, so that's quite a nice size, that. And I've got, I think it's 4, maybe 5 designs on this, and you get to make a tea light holder like that. This is copper foiling. This is a taster workshop, I would say. Definitely good for beginners. If you've done a bit of copper foiling and you fancy making a tea light, then obviously you'll be very, very welcome. Now, you will probably recall that we do a holly wreath workshop. It's a one-day workshop. It could be flowers, it could be holly. Some people have done an all year round wreath, even approaching Christmas, and that's absolutely fine. So you could do a cascade like this, or a wreath, which is based on a 20 centimeter ring, or, and this is new for 2026, you could do a mistletoe wreath, which I really enjoyed making, I have to say. And a couple of people have seen this one in the studio, and they've used project sessions to make theirs, and they all look really, really nice. So I definitely think this will be really popular, and it's a pleasure to make, and it's a nice thing to have. And in the process of making this, I ended up with a few mistletoe sprigs left over because I didn't need quite as many as I thought I would, and now I'm all tangled up. Oh, wishing I hadn't done that now. So this is what a mistletoe sprig looks like, and I reckon in an evening workshop, 3 hours, 3.5 hours there or thereabouts, you could make 2 of these. I hope so anyway. I'm certainly going to see if I can help you make 2 of these. So this is my new mistletoe sprig hanging workshop. This is a copper foiling taster workshop, and you get to do everything. I'll show you how to make everything there. So there's glass, there's little globs, there's a bit of wire work. It's quite fun kind of little piece there. And as I say, I reckon you could probably make 2 of those. And in fact, maybe if you wanted to have some studio time, you could come and make some more. Certainly a couple of people who saw the wreath and then made a wreath have then come and made a couple of these as well, and it didn't take them very long to make one, so 2 is doable. So that's the new Christmas program for Vitreus Art. All of these workshops are online now. We've already put the dates in. We have to kind of do a bit of planning in advance, so I hope you'll find that there are dates and workshops that you fancy doing. So I'll just give you a little recap. There's fused glass workshops like the snowflakes or the Christmas decorations, or the luxury tea lights, or the little mini tea lights. You make 4 of those. There's the winter scene, last year's big hit, that one. There's the copper foiling workshop, the angel candle holder or gnome house. There's the mistletoe or holly wreath or cascade. There's a little mini mistletoe. There's the fused glass lantern. So I think that's, I'm sure I've probably forgotten a few, but hopefully that'll give you a bit of an idea about what we're up to. So have a look at the website, decide what you want to make, find a date, come along, have some Christmas fun.